Hi there, my name is Keirnin, and I'm a registered dietitian who has her own private practice. And in addition to that, I am an intuitive card reader. But for this video today, we're going to simply just talk about why you can't reach your nutrition goals, why you can't reach your weight goals, why you're just not reaching your overall health goals, and how to do it. So number one, I will pull a card at the very end. So if that's not your thing, just go through the nutrition piece. And then at the end, you can pick on out. The other thing too is that this is new to me. I am trying to build the channel. So please like, subscribe, comment, only nice comments, light and love, guys. I don't really like negativity. I don't think I am a believer, excuse me, and I teach my kids this. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. So I am going to ask that you keep it nice. There's no reason to be mean. If you feel mean-hearted, please go elsewhere and like journal or something. Okay. But let's get into it. Basically, why aren't you reaching your goals? So for years, me personally, I was in nutrition school for a very long time, and I was dieting constantly, trying to lose weight, trying to get the flat abs, which, by the way, women, that's not a good thing. We're not supposed to have super flat abs. And if you do have super flat abs, most of the time, the women that have it, it's a genetic thing. So if you don't have the genetics for it, stop trying to achieve it. And coming from experience, most men really don't want that. And if there's a man that does, they're probably not a man you want in your life. I'm going to be real with you. So as an aside, just you don't need flat abs. But I was in college. I was trying to get the flat abs. I was trying to get thin. I was trying to get as thin as possible. And I would diet. A lot of times, though, it wouldn't work because I couldn't reach my goal because I was doing things that were not good. What did I read? Or actually, I posted it on Instagram. 80 to 95% of people who diet gain the weight back. So 80 to 95% of people who go on a diet, and even if they do lose the weight, they gain the weight back. How many times have you lost the weight and then gained it back? Plus some. So many of my clients come to me with this complaint. And that is because dieting is not set up for you to be successful. It's just not. So why aren't you reaching your goals? You're going on these diets. You're going on these fad diets, and they're not sustainable. They're not working for you. You can't do them in the long run. Okay. So if you've tried all of the diets and you last for a week or two, and then that's it, that's because what the diet that you're on is not sustainable for the lifestyle that you're leading. So you shouldn't be doing it. There are some programs out there that I like better than others. I actually do like Weight Watchers because they do teach you some nutrition principles if you're paying attention. And I think that that's probably better than a lot of the others that don't teach you anything about nutrition and just teach you bad habits. The other thing that's getting in your way is that you're in an all or nothing mindset. Life is not all or nothing. It is not black or white. We live in the gray area. And sometimes as type A personalities, me included, we want to live in this, I either do it all or forget it. I'm done. I'm not going to do it. So what happens is during the week, when I was trying to diet, or during the day, actually, is I would eat so well. I would pack myself for school 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because I knew the calorie count for them. I knew that the bread was a double fiber bread, so it's getting lots of fiber. So good for me, whole grains. And then I would only pack myself snacks that I knew the calories for. And I would make sure that they were very regimented in college. I knew what calories I was getting in. The problem is that it wasn't nutritious. And by the time I would get home, I was so hungry and I'd restricted myself so much. And I had told myself that, I couldn't have a piece of chocolate because it was bad for me. It's a bad food. And so what would I do? I would eat a bunch of chocolate and then I would have double at dinner. And so guess what? I never reached my goal because of this. So this all or nothing mindset, it's got to go. You cannot live in the all or I'm going to give up mindset. You make a mistake and you're like, forget it. I'm just going to eat the whole bowl of tortilla chips. That's not how it's going to work. And that's not how you're going to be successful. The other reason that you might not be reaching your nutrition and wellness goals is because you don't really know your why. And the why that you're telling yourself, I want to be thin, I want to have flat abs, isn't good enough for you. It's not. It's not truly at the deep core of your why. So my why was to look aesthetically pleasing, right? To be as thin as I possibly could so I could feel worthy of other people's love. No matter how thin I got, I was never going to be worthy of anybody else's love if I couldn't even love myself, right? So that being said, your why has to be enough. You can't go into it with this, I just want to lose weight. I want to feel good. You have to dig deeper. And this is where working with a coach is great. I do offer one-to-one coaching, but if I'm not a good fit for you, find somebody else. There's tons of dietitians out there who are more than willing to help you, and they will help you get to your actual why of what you're trying to do, and then continue to reiterate that why so that you can get to the goals and maintain the goals that you're trying to get to. And the last point I want to make, sorry, I'm like looking over here because I have a little list. You don't make yourself a priority. I am guilty of this 100%, especially being a mom, a wife, a sister, a daughter, a friend, all of the things, right? We don't really make ourselves a priority. How much of your day is actually spent thinking about what's for dinner, what to pack for your kids' lunch, what you need to pick up from Target for everybody, all of the things except for what do you need? So even if you've dialed in your why you truly want to make this helpful for yourself, lose weight, whatever the case may be, even if you've dialed that in, if you don't make yourself a priority, you are not going to reach your goals because you are a priority and you have to make them. There's no other way. So, excuse me, that leads me to what do you do? How do you reach your nutrition and wellness goals? How do you truly get there, right? You got to make yourself a priority. Number one, you've got to schedule the time to do what you need to do. If it's meal prepping, if it's looking at healthy recipes, if it's working out, if it's meditating and stress management, taking a bath, going for a walk, whatever the case may be, you're going to have to make yourself a priority and you're going to have to schedule it. There's no other way around it. If you're someone who's type A, you live by a schedule, you have the calendar, the scheduler, whatever you're using, if you're not scheduling in the time for yourself, then you're not going to meet those goals that you want to meet. So you've got to do that. You have to look at your daily habits. I talk about this a lot on Instagram, where if habit changes is really where it's at. The daily habits that you have are what are sabotaging you. And until you become aware of these daily habits and which ones need to be prioritized to change to get to where you want to go, you're going to continue going backwards to where you don't want to be. You're not going to reach your goals. So you need to take stock of your daily habits. And how you can do that is simply by just being aware of what you do from the moment you open your eyes, from the moment you hit snooze. What actions are you taking that are innate in you and automatic? And which of those automatic habits is sabotaging you the most? Which one is not helping you reach your goal? So let's say you know that the only time you can work out or go for a walk is in the morning, and you have to get it done before 7 a.m. because you got to get ready, you got to get the kids ready, you got to get out the door, you got to get to work, right? If you know that, but then every single morning you're instinctively and automatically pressing that snooze button, how are you going to change that habit? And are you even aware, truly aware, that you need to stop hitting snooze? So the way that you do that is you literally stop hitting snooze. You have to be aware of it. You have to know your why for what you're doing. You have to remind yourself of your why, and then you have to set yourself up for success. So when I say that, if your goal in the morning is to work out, some people I even know go to sleep in their workout clothes, or they lay them out already with their shoes and their socks ready to go. Have a friend, get an accountability buddy that's going to meet you outside or meet you at the gym, right? Sign up for a class that if you don't attend it, you're going to lose money. So however you can get yourself to be accountable, that's the best thing. The other example I would have is that you really should be eating breakfast. And if you're someone who hits the snooze button a bunch, gets everybody else breakfast, gets everybody else ready, and then you don't eat breakfast and then you're starving, and by the end of the day, you're overeating things, a great way to do this is to not hit the snooze button. Remember that you need to eat breakfast and prioritize yourself. Have something, set yourself up for success. Have something that is easy for you. So if it's a protein drink that's already just throw everything in and go, if it's sous vide eggs from Costco, if it's, anything that you can think of that's going to be adequate for you. Sometimes what I like to do is I will scramble up beef or scramble. Such a funky word. I will cook up beef crumbles, right? Ground beef, and I'll have it for dinner one night. And then what I'll do is I'll use the rest. And then I'll also roast up some potatoes by themselves. I'll have those for dinner one night. And then what I'll do is I'll use those throughout the week for breakfast. And I'll just add like spinach to it. Or sometimes I'll just eat that because that's what I have time for. But setting yourself up for success, having a plan. If you are struggling with this, reach out. I'll give you a couple ideas. I promise you. Okay. And the last thing is to me, it's probably one of the most important. There is so much misinformation in this world. Everybody is a nutritionist. Everybody knows what to do with nutrition. And I don't discount anybody who doesn't have their dietitian license, but the majority of nutrition advice that I see online or I hear out in public or in the gym is not good advice. So find someone that you can relate to that really does know nutrition. My whole principle is simple nutrition. You don't need to know macronutrient breakdowns technically. You really don't. Will I help you and give you those? Yeah, 100%. Especially if you have diabetes, I'm going to give you the carbohydrate grams that you need to maintain your blood sugars in a good level. But for the most part, the average human being, you don't need to know that. What you need to know is simple nutrition, and you need to just learn how to build a plate or a bowl. That's it. You don't need to know all of the ketogenic stuff. You don't need to know how things are broken down. You just need to know the basics. And oftentimes, if you just make simple changes by balancing out your meals or noticing you don't eat enough vegetables, or I'm really bad at eating fruit, so adding fruit in, you will see a difference and you will feel a difference. So learn real nutrition. Okay. Go find real nutrition that's simple for you to understand. And that being said, if you need help, I have a one-to-one program where I'll teach you individualized, simple nutrition practices. And I do mean individualized. It's individualized to you. Okay. We'll work through what you need to do. So if you're interested in that, you can go to my IG account, Nutrition by Keirnin, check me out, and we can chit chat there, or leave a comment below, interested, and I'll reach out to you. But that being said, this is just basically what I wanted to touch on today in regards to why you're not meeting your goals and how to get there in simple ways. So if this helped, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'm going to put more content out for you guys. But if you're not someone who wants to get a little card reading, I'm just going to pull a card real quick. Go ahead and just exit out. Completely understand. No worries. But that being said, we are going to get into it. And I just want one card. I'm going to do one card today of what you need to know. Okay. And take what resonates. Oh, it popped out right away. So I'm actually using the Moonology, can't grab it, Oracle deck, if you can see it, by Yasmin Boland. Really love this deck. It was the first Oracle deck I think I got. And I just loved it because it just really, I'm able to work with it. It's really simple. I don't always have to look up the answers. And I can just feel it from it. So today's card is you and your loved ones are safe. It's a new moon in Cancer. We're actually in Cancer season right now. And Cancer is all about, they're like homebodies a lot of time. And what this is telling me is that focus on your home, which is your body, right? So our overall home is our body, and focus on how can you make it safe? How can you make it healthy? Take it simple, make it slow, pick one thing. We talked about habits a little bit ago, and I don't know if you picked up on it, but I said, pick one habit. I didn't say pick 3 to try to change. Pick one habit that will help you feel safe and at home in your body. That is what it's about. And it's a new moon, so it's something new. Pick a habit, whether it's turning off this, not doing the snooze button, or adding a vegetable into your day, or trying mindful eating, but pick something, just one thing that'll make you feel healthier and more at home in your body. So once again, this is your card. If you liked this and you want to see more, please like, comment, subscribe. I am only asking for nice comments, guys. you don't have anything nice to say, please don't say anything at all. And I really appreciate you being here. Let me know what other content you like, nutrition content. What do you want to know about? Because if I don't know, then I don't know, and I can't provide it for you. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys next time.